Time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the 2025 Toyota Crown. Now, what is a Crown? Well, it's not necessarily new. This is about the third year of the Crown. I'd never seen one before. I looked forward to getting it, and I finally got it, and I was impressed.
Good.
Aichi, Japan is its final assembly location. Trim levels include the XLE, the Limited, the Nightshade, and the Platinum. I had the Platinum. This is what is considered a mid or full-size sedan. It's kind of a gray area, but this is one good-looking vehicle. That almost looks like your car.
Almost.
It sits up higher. I'll get into that in a minute. The stance gives a little hint of a crossover SUV. It's very different. If you were to look at it, you'd go, well, is it an SUV? No. It's called a sedan, but you have to be the decider in that. Squinty headlights, a big part of the upper grille, oversized lower grille, typical for Toyota. A black accent panel highlights the side body sculpting. It's a very nice touch that I'm normally not into that sort of thing, but it really adds to the look of this. High zoot roof line with a narrow C-pillar. Odd cut line around the trunk and rear bumper. Kind of distracts from the premium look, but overall it seems to work. What I liked about it, the overall shape of it gets high marks in my opinion. What could use improvement? Well, charging $425 for premium paint on top of a $350 upcharge for the two-tone paint is just a little bit too much for me.
That would be.
Yeah. Interior highlights, 12.3-inch infotainment screen with an easy operating system. Vertical phone charger is brilliant in the center console because it doesn't take up lots of room. You pop your phone right there at the head of the center console, and it right straight down it goes. Just the top inch of it is showing through it, so they let you know that your phone is in there and it's charging. Comfortable, high-quality seating with big, always open sunroof. I know. This is Texas, friends. Gets to be 100 degrees here for quite some time during the big 3-4 months of the year. Adequate rear seat leg room. Good-sized trunk room for road trip luggage. What I liked, great interior design on this sedan. What could use improvement? Combine the instrument cluster with the infotainment screen would be my suggestion to Toyota. Engine, it's a hybrid max 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with electric. Horsepower, 340. Pound-feet of torque, 400, all through a 6-speed automatic transmission. This is a full-time all-wheel drive vehicle. 29 miles per gallon in the city, 32 on the highway for combined to 30. I got 29.1 miles per gallon over 315.6 miles. What I liked about it, the mileage and the power. What can use improvement? Big question mark. I wrote myself over here going, I don't know what could use improvement. It's a great power package on there. Ride and handling, well, I like the $1 million ride quality. What could use improvement in the ride and handling? Nothing. It's perfect. Don't touch it. It goes down the road wonderfully. Price. Base trim price, $54,990. Price is tested, $58,169. Base model price, $41,440. So, what compares to it? It's kind of got a niche of its own. Honda Accord starts at $28,295. The Toyota Camry, its cousin, $28,900. And the Genesis G70 starts at $42,500. So it would be really its closest price-wise. But I really did like this car. I mean, I'm not a big sedan guy, never have been. But if you're looking at sedans, man, this is the one to get. I'm telling you, go and look at it and ride in it. Take yourself a test drive, go down the freeway, go down rough roads, whatever the case may be. Man, they have got that ride quality in this thing down to a T.
Very good.
It's impressive.
Yeah. I'm not too...
Mars, have you had this car yet?
No.
Look at that. You have to put a headset on. Imagine that.
Well, I was trying not to make too much noise by putting my headset
Well, you've
back
already
on.
done that.
Okay. No, I did not. I did not even know this car existed until you said you had one.
Yeah. Well, I knew that it existed, but I didn't know that it existed in the press fleet. So,
Hold on a second.
anyway, that is my review. The 2025 Toyota Crown. Go see it. Go buy one. I think that you'll be impressed.
Cool.
That's this. Jeff's Car Culture. Side view mirrors. Let's go.
All right. Well, then, side camera mirror systems future is here. Side camera mirror systems, a cutting-edge innovation in automotive industry, are reshaping the way we see and interact with our vehicles. Traditional side mirrors may have been a staple of vehicles for decades, but they come with their fair share of challenges and limitations. Side camera mirror systems, on the other hand, offer numerous benefits, but they also present some downsides and legal hurdles that need to be addressed. Traditional mirrors can be obscured by factors such as rain, snow, dirt, or even insects, making it necessary for drivers to frequently adjust them or clean them to maintain proper visibility. This inconvenience can be particularly problematic during long journeys or in regions with unpredictable weather. In vehicles shared by multiple drivers, each individual may need to adjust the side mirrors and suit their unique preferences and line of sight. Failing to do so can lead to discomfort, reduced safety, and if the mirrors are not optimally positioned for the driver's height and seating position, especially when you crash into something. The design of the traditional side mirrors can generate wind noise and contribute to drag, especially at higher speeds. Reducing aerodynamic efficiency can impact both fuel economy and cabin comfort. Traditional side mirrors are unable to integrate advanced technology features. For instance, they cannot display additional information such as navigation guidance or blind spot monitoring, as is possible with side camera
is as big as a regular damn side view mirror.
It could be.
It looks like a little camcorder hanging out there.
Traditional mirrors provide minimal feedback to the driver about their surroundings. Side camera mirror systems often include features like distance markers or warning symbols that enhance drivers' awareness and safety. Traditional side mirrors are exposed to vulnerable and impact from other vehicles, obstacles, or even careless pedestrians. This makes them more susceptible to damage, vandalism, and being knocked out of alignment, necessitating repairs or replacement. Shame on that. Side camera mirror systems provide a wider and more comprehensive field of view compared to traditional mirrors, significantly reduce blind spots. This can help prevent accidents when changing lanes or merging onto highways, making the roads safer for everyone, Michael. Which means some side camera mirror systems come with advanced features like lane keeping assistance and automatic adjustment. These features can aid drivers in maintaining a steady lane position and ensuring their mirrors are correctly aligned, enhancing overall safety and convenience. Unlike traditional mirrors, side camera systems are less effective by adverse weather conditions. They can adapt in various scenarios such as rain, snow, or fog, ensuring the drivers have a clear visibility at all times. The sleek design of side camera mirror systems contributes to improved aerodynamics, reducing wind resistance, and potentially increasing fuel efficiency. And we all want that. The installation and repair of side camera mirror systems can be more expensive than traditional mirrors. The technology involved, such as high-quality cameras and displays, can drive up the initial cost of the vehicle. Repairs can also be pricier. Drivers accustomed to traditional mirrors may take some time to adapt to new systems, adjusting to the camera display, and learning to trust the technology that lead into the initial confusion and discomfort. So overall, it's a new system. It's a new way of having your
cake and eat it too.
Yeah, having your cake and eat it. I was putting Mike's sound. I like it. I think it's going to be good. I could use it. I could adapt to it. You've got the rear mirror inside.
Those things are absolutely way too huge. There's no advantage as far as aerodynamics are concerned by what you just showed there. We have what we call a lipstick camera on the back of the helicopter that faces forward, and it's no bigger than a lipstick case.
And that is the ones that I showed you that we can find information on. They're all in Europe, and they're mainly on EVs.
Well, of course.
So they're not on any ICE vehicles or anything like that.
Well, a couple of them I thought was real good. And I thought maybe that's what this was going to be. The camera that's on the existing side mirrors, whenever you turn the blinker on, it comes up like in the speedometer or the tachometer, but it comes up on the dash, and you can see it on your dash. You don't have to do all this other stuff. And that's basically a little lipstick type size camera on an existing side mirror. And I don't understand some of that stuff. I'm with you. That's kind of
defeats the purpose with the size of those things that we just saw
Yeah,
there.
they look like camcorders hanging out there. or
And are
something.
they going to put it? Objects in the mirror are larger than they appear. That kind of thing. So
Oh, that thing with the convex and the concave, and
Yep.
then, objects in mirror may appear closer than
Yep.
they really are.
yep. Is that going to happen?
I think we need
I
to
don't
put
know.
that on everything.
And some of these actually go into the fender.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Let's
which
have a
is
motor
cool.
that breaks it doesn't retract it, and I got all that.
I got you.
All right. Yeah, well, you can go ahead and start your review now.
We're going to talk about the 2025 Chevrolet Colorado ZR2 four-wheel drive crew cab. Now, this is the Colorado, kind of like the Colorado Reborn. There was one several years ago back when the mini truck, when you called them small
Hallelujah.
trucks, and so now it's out.
It used to be called the New Mexico, but in this case, it's the Colorado.
Yeah. So this is the part of the third generation that was introduced in 2023. It comes with 5 trim levels. It comes with a work truck, an LT, the Trail Boss, the ZR1, and the ZR2. Now, it is a four-wheel drive crew cab truck. The government says it's a standard size pickup. I would call it a mid-size segment, but what do I know? It's a 5-passenger vehicle.
We know you don't know.
It's an off-road vehicle. It's got heavy off-road styling, and a lot of the accents or a lot of the styling things that are on it are very functional. The LED lighting with the headlamps and the fog lamps, now that's all part of the common what you're going to find in most new vehicles, but it's very functional in this vehicle. The front bumper is made for off-road work and got tow hooks, skid plates in the front and the rear, and for the gas tank, you got a skid plate on there. It's got wheel flares on it because of the ZR2 package, and it's got rocker panel protection on it. And that, by the way, looks kind of like a step plate, but it's not. It's strictly to protect the under part of the body whenever you go rock climbing. Now, it does have heated power folding side mirrors to make things a little bit more pleasant. Power sunroof. And it has the Stowflex tailgate, which is where you can drop the tailgate, and there's some storage that's put in there that's kind of like an underfloor storage in some of the other vehicles. So that was a really smart move to use some space that wasn't really being used. Runs on 17-inch wheels. Now, these are beadlock capable wheels, and part of this, again, is geared towards the off-road, so you got more tire wall there to work with instead of having some of these little short run flats.
Beadlock capable.
Right. So you can take and make these they're not beadlocked from the factory, but you can make them that way. Because if you go to a tire shop like Discount Tire and say, oh, I got beadlocked wheels on here, they're going to laugh at you. So you got to have it to where you can operate in the regular world and then turn them into the beadlock type wheels when you go off-roading. That's about all I know about it. I don't know much about beadlock wheels because we got sand. We don't have rock. So when you get to the interior, now we had the jet black Artemis leather seating. And
Artemis
leather. You know, out west we have herds of Artemis running wild out there if you can go out and find them. Now,
real
the front
furry.
seats are heated, ventilated. The rear seat is a 60/40 folding that has storage up underneath it. Has the 11.3-inch touchscreen in the middle of it. Now, this is where you're going to find your nav, your convenience controls, your infotainment, your Apple CarPlay, Android, all those good things. And it's also where you're going to find your surround view camera system. Now, this, again, it's very much kind of becoming mainstream, but in the off-road world that this vehicle is designed for, it's going to help you see where you're at in relation to the rocks, to the edges. This one will actually help you see what's underneath your vehicle. So it's really good for that. And then we also have the 11-inch driver information center, and that's where you're going to find all your configurationable things you want to know about your truck.
Configurationable.
Yeah. And we also had the Bose premium audio system, which I really like that, particularly in a smaller vehicle like this. Now, up under the hood, we had a 2.7-liter TurboMax inline four-cylinder. Now, this is 310 horsepower, 430 pound-feet of torque, so it will move this vehicle. Sometimes it sounds like it's working pretty hard at it, but it will do it without a problem. Tow rating on this vehicle, properly equipped, 7,700 pounds with a haul rating of 1685. Now, again, we used to call these small trucks mid-sized trucks, and they've become a little bit bigger. The EPA says in the city you should look for 16 miles to the gallon on the Highway 16 and combined 16. Now, I drove 445.9 miles, and I got 14.3 miles to the gallon on the average. And I will tell you that during this time, it does have a very firm truck ride. Now, part of this is because of the suspension in this package. It's up higher. It gives it a little more room to move the tires and that work with that suspension to kind of smooth out some of the road imperfections. And again, to that lifted suspension, while it does make the off-roading world a lot better, it also makes getting in and out of that vehicle a little bit tougher for a short guy like me. That protection down below that looks almost like a step rail, if it was a retractable step rail, I think that would make it a lot easier. I know my wife would really appreciate that whenever she had to get in and out of it. Now, if you're looking for the pricing on this thing, the work truck, the base model, is down around $33,495. Now, the base trim price when you get up into that ZR2 level is $49,600. So there's a pretty good size jump, but there's several different trims in there that you can work with. MSRP is tested for this vehicle, $64,340. If you're looking for something to compare it to, the Toyota Tacoma comes in at $31,500 to start, and the Ford Ranger is around $33,800. Now, if you're looking over into the more of the SUV, CUV truck line, like a Honda Ridge line, $40,150 is where you're going to start looking. So if you're looking for
that's basically a car, by the way.
Yes, with a bed on it. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason I threw it
kind of
in.
like an El Camino.
But it still falls into
or a Ranchero.
Yes, but it falls into that same category of vehicles that this Colorado is, which I think is kind of a misnomer, if you would. And but I do think if you're looking for something that you want to take off-roading and you want something to start with, or maybe you just don't want to wrench it yourself, this is a vehicle you ought to look at.
And more importantly, you can put it in the dang garage.
Absolutely.
Because you're not going to be able to put a full-size truck in there anymore.
No.
You used to be able to.
And out west, they got the three-legged hairy Artemis that you could get your seats
So
in.
the three-legged one.
Three-legged, yeah.
Yep.
They're very rare.
That's my review of the
Does it
2025
walk
Colorado
upright?
four-wheel drive ZR2 Crew Cab.
It
Only
leaves a trail.
Thank you, Mike.
You're quite welcome,
Are
sir.
you going to send that off to General Motors and say, here's my review?
After I do a little editing.
Time now for some...